let's just testing everything now. Just getting this set up. Um, interesting. Primary reason, I mean, for not streaming is kind of situation where yeah, we're sort of been in the situations where streaming just really hasn't been that possible. Um, in that the addition of that means that actually stream game yeah too. So let's run through have. Let's start with this. So my friend pointed me to this website, Library, Flesh and Blood Library. Um, on the surface, very much like a pretty chilled out um deck building tool. Upload regular decks. It's kind of like FabDB. The primary reason that we might use FabDB, I'll kind of show you in a go to like featured. So obviously someone has loaded up decks, right? Which is kind of cool. So we could open up those, calling first, right? One of the cool things about this site, there are a few cool things. Firstly, it has a really good stats breakdown page, which I really, a hypergeometric calculator tells you your probabilities of card draw in each hand, you know, keywords you've got, what pitches you've got, what costs you've got. Like all of that's really useful. You can obviously draw 4 cards. You can tell it to include sideboard cards, not include sideboard cards. And the thing that I also like, and I don't know if we can see this on this deck, but we can see this on decks. Um, Click on results, you can see straight up there that it tracks the results down the right hand side. So if you think about like what we're seeing, with the results section here, that if I copy, say, Matt Falk video information as well, it's brilliant. If I copy this to my decks, right, I'm in straight away, and then I start playing my board, there's suddenly going to be this results section where I can start playing games and tracking whether I'm winning or losing, right? How the deck plays. That's really cool. Um, and I think that ultimately that gives us a lot of tools for figuring out what decks we want to play, as well as kind of like how we want to approach testing. Because I've been told, I haven't tested this yet, that you share deck lists with different people, and that basically gives the ability to have multiple people testing a list, even in private games, and then getting stats on who's winning, who's pretty useful. So we're going to use that. The other reason we're going to use it, right? So obviously, Flesh and Blood Online came along. If you haven't seen it yet, Flesh and Blood Online, it's pretty cool. Um, just as a thing, it's pretty cool. You can play games of Flesh and Blood Online because of the automation. You don't have to talk to people. You have this profile page. You can favorite decks. You have a location. You can games who don't leave games very often. Let's set up a game. And one thing that I find very interesting is that if you want to play a deck online, you just hit play on Fab Online and it's logged in down. And it will set up a deck. Now, that didn't work. Assumedly, it didn't work because I made my sideboard. Um, So let's just copy this link. Interesting. I bought. Um, that the cards that I originally bought got deleted. Okay. So we're gonna have to just make this deck. Bought. I'm stealing a deck list. Under free and funds. We're gonna try. And like copy that to clipboard. I can just here. Okay. Now if I click this and play, it should go shenanigans. And then I just have to wait for an opponent's shot, which doesn't really take that. Or I can invite someone directly to the lobby. Fine. Cards. So I'll link to this video at some point. Howling Minds. Subscribers. A good video. It's about 57 minutes long, looking like all of Iceland and tech, which now we've got an opponent. All we really need to do is sideboarding that stuff. Good to go. So it's an Icelander mirror, so obviously all of those lovely defense reactions, Deep Oasis Respite, Loose Those. Crazy. So many cards we don't need in this matchup. It's actually crazy. Like take those out and just type it my equipment. What like yeah. Go for I haven't had that much experience with Icelander, so you will have to bear with me. I think this play best place for my choose an action on one. We're both running. Like to get much. That being, I should have written maybe. Threaten some pitch. You have to trigger this every time. I'm guessing actually maybe attacking turn one. Tthis is a big thing, but I have zero idea how this. Right, this is. I may just end up conceding if using an Ether Ice Vein, which is coming in 5. But I 100% like I just block 4 Arcane, right? Block 4 Arcane. I did it. Oh no, that was for the that's cool. That was for the Uzi, the Ice Vein trigger. I still haven't dealt with the Arcane yet. Ooh, I could either Ice Vein on my turn. Got this. Pitch work. I'm guessing they have identical turns, but versus that. Wizard Tempo. Which something that's interesting is that when someone has interesting, yeah, I think we're literally very funny. First recorded piece of stream stuff. Don't do it though. I think he wants pain. Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, maybe game this. I mean, the answer could be Frost Mixes. I don't know. As I say, I don't really have experience with Iceland. That's one of the reasons I'm playing it. Is I think it's quite interesting. I'm not really expecting it on the crate turns, but could be one of the big decks. Now that Prism is gone and that auto loss is gone. Oh, why did I pass? Z. That's fine. He'll play out his energy. Um, there is a little bit of like I need to learn to be less trigger happy on Flesh and Blood Online. Like, very easy to hit space. Don't necessarily need to or mean. And just that next step. And I think while people are still learning the platform, it's going to be okay, but I don't want. But it's a difference. Like, if someone means to pass, like, if someone sees different play, tries to. Where is this guy? Yeah. I mean, if he doesn't take an action, he will get DC. There's the energy potion. Pass priority. I want to play this X. Yeah. Yeah, I'm agreeing with the guys in the chat. Like, it's completely, and I've been saying this for a while, to be fair, it's completely and utterly different. The experience of playing, like, automated online gives you, firstly, I mean, you can have another conversation while you're doing it. You can also do it silently, which works for people who have, like, other people in their room, that things they face and noise for, but also just in general. I think we do want. Um, yeah, like, and but also, like, the fact there's loads of people playing just means you jump on and get a game. The fact that it's automated means you don't worry so much about missing triggers and things, or you don't press R too far, and all this other stuff. So genuinely, it creates a really good opportunity to get game. And like, as I said before, like, the reason I'm contemplating streaming now Tuesdays from 7 to 9 daytime, or Mondays. I'm still working on the schedule, but the reason I'm contemplating it at all is that, like, let's put damage, is that I can, right, I can talk to people while I stream. Like, you can't, like, just take it from me. I can't be having a conversation with someone on TTS while streaming and then, like, try and talk to my audience as well. Like, it just doesn't work. It's just not practical. Um, I actually think I'm a little bit in danger here because he's got an arsenal. Um, I can't really block the damage and get this channel 8 frigid. I think we're just gonna take this damage. I'm probably gonna take 5 here. So vision. See, getting frost hexes out is tricky. They cost so much resources. It's like, um, you know, felt table's not great for practice. Like, good for you, right? Um, let's get this channel 8 out. If I play channel 8 frigid now, Amulet of Ice. Case. Yes. Let's play the channel 8 frigid now. Watching the other. And then I can decide. I think next turn I probably play Eisenhower Weathervane. Nah, it doesn't. But I'll trigger the stuff. I'll play in case. I'll trigger the stuff. And that's probably my pitch for now. So we both have a chat. Well, we both have a Frostex out. Um, now, so next time I'm going to play in case, I'll fuse it with this, I guess. Arsenal that, pitch this. Try and Doesn't really work without a full. My logo is hiding my hand. I did have a TCG. Just cut it. Didn't cut out my hand. We'll just do that for now. I don't have any interesting open or I see. So 2 choices here. Trigger Coronet Peak. Thing. Play Case. Can't really fuse the Weather Loft. That might actually be interesting in art. Like, what if I go Amulet of Ice, play that, play the Encase, fuse with this, put this in Arsenal, give him 4 the end of his next turn, which he's going to have to play through. Oh no, but I have to train. Yeah. Oh well, I've done it now. I'm gonna go with it. No, I'll keep the channel around. I'll just play it badly. Second Frost. That means before Icelander resolves, I trigger Waning Moon. Channel Fidget around. How I feel about this card. But then the thing is, this deck really doesn't, let's be honest, hasn't been built for the meta of wizard versus wizard. It's been built very much aggro, so let's try and figure it together. I have no pitch. Take 2 damage. Try and figure out where we go from there. Ooh, interesting. Ether Ice Vein could be nice to play next turn. Just chill in the arsenal. Yeah, and I'm gonna get a full hand as well. Nice. I'm not gonna be able to keep Chan Lake Frigid again. It's quite a big threat. In some ways, I am trying to set up sort of combo turns with Frost Hexes and stuff, but part of that is just efficiently taking cards from their hand. There is a little bit of who saw first. How many fights do you? I see. Fair enough. So resources are paid, cards have been discarded. 2 damage. Do something. Interesting. Okay, let's let that. This is -3 plus. Get rid of. Yeah, but Everett, you quickly find that on like platforms like this, people's idea of competitive doesn't necessarily match up what other people's ideas of competitive are. Like, I've been on these platforms for a long time where there's like a competitive lobby, and the games you get in there are not like always I would definitely run a tournament on this. I could even do it. I've run plenty of tournaments online. I could run a weekend tournament. The main thing is um, in this build-up phase before Nats, where we're trying to get everything done right, you know. So probably not going to be doing anything about that until afterwards. But I mean, I could definitely see myself running a tournament of some. Is it right to trigger Waning Moon now? I think it is. He's only got one card in hand, so if I trigger Waning Moon now, I definitely get damage. Yeah. Pass. The only problem is what happens now on my turn. I don't have the pitch. Oasis Respite. And I do kind of just want to cross text to have a full hand. Just one of those games where there's so much going on. Like, I'm really tired after the Pro Tour as well. This is not the game I wanted on this particular day. But it was a cold snap, so that's fine. I'll take 2 arcane damage. Okay, so 5. Okay, that's fine. I'll take 5 arcane to set up another Frost Hex. Fair to me. Yep, let's take 2 Frostbite damage. This isn't great. Great draw. Well, I want this Insidious Chill in Arsenal, right? So I guess we just play out X. That is icy. So let's definitely always respite that. Block 1. 7 damage. Oh, because I've got 2 of those. Second away fight there. That's fine. He's not going to use Waning Moon this turn. So let's just prevent another 2 damage. The thing that you saw, Everett, was that on day 1 I did very, very well. I went 6-1. Then I don't know if I lost my mojo in a draft or something, but I went 6-1 on day 1. 1-6 on day 2. So safe to say you saw my name. I finished 30th on day 1 and things were pretty good, but didn't go so well after that. Unfortunately, I went 1-6. Things got a little rough. The problem here is that he can use Illuvian Constellus to discount his Waning Moon. Basically come in for 3 damage because this which is a bit rough. Trigger his Waning Moon. I take 3 damage. I should have kept 1 more resource from the Arcane Barrier, so I could play the Oasis Respite, and then I wouldn't have a hand, but we're getting to the game where decisions definitely need. Interesting. So he's playing Amulet of Ice. I don't really care actually about this. God, that's fine. He didn't get a competency respite. The problem is I'm going to take some more damage next turn because I have no resources in my hand. That was definitely the right play. He definitely has the tempo. I suspect this person may have died of draftical animal. Arctic incarcerations could be 4 damage here. That's quite. Take 9 damage. Yeah. 7 damage. Okay, so I need to start being more conservative with my. Or rather, I say I need to get. I've got 2 Frost Hexes up, so I really need to have a good Insidious Chill turn. And if I can do that, then I might be in a better situation. So I think all I need to do now pass the turn and just like tempted to Coronet Peak here. Actually, I don't know if that's the right decision. No, because the Conduit gloves have like Quell. And the thing about the Conduit gloves as well is that remember that as an instant you trigger them, and you say that it's going to destroy their arsenal if it hits, but like because you're playing wizards, that person can just trigger it in response and play their arsenal card. So they don't actually need to do anything. They just play their arsenal card, and you basically lose, right? So there's no point running any of those action speed or instant speed arsenal destruction cards into. They just. And in fact, you actually give your opponent a window to respond. So no. No way for me to block this. Those wish I had actually seen mine. Main player has passed the turn in the end. I need to get some damage off. I wonder if it's actually better. So we're in the situation where we're like trading frostbites to try and get some damage through. What I've done here is given him 2 arcane damage, which he can then use on Waning Moon to deal with the frostbite. Whereas if I had done Cold Snap instead, he would just got a frostbite and not have had this. That's quite interesting, actually. Well, let's just end the turn there. I could Waning Moon, but the thing is I need those resources floating. Actually. Weird. Like, I kind of feel like I'm losing this game because I went. Like, he's just had the cards in hand. Get, like, tempo every single turn by just putting arcane damage. I have to block. And every turn I try and do anything, reduces the number of cards in my hand. Like, I can't block this arcane damage, or I don't get an arsenal. If I don't get an arsenal, yeah, if I take no action on my turn, he just plays his arsenal. He can do it. Can't just pass straight. Then I'm going to take 4 arcane because of frostbite. I guess I didn't need to take 4. Yes, it's very weird. Definitely going to be coming up more and more as we get through. Doing energy potion. Interesting. There's actually a play here that sees me cold snapping. Drawing a card. Point. But I think it's more likely I freeze point him. Trigger both of these. Pitch this. If I can end up with a 4-card hand, I could play Ice Eternal. Or like loads. Because I could freezing point now, it'd go for 7. Not really a winning play. But I can trigger both. So he won't have a hand. So he'll take. Yeah, that might actually be the play here, I think. And I Arsenal Ice Eternal. Just go all in on Ice Eternal and see if I can do that. I don't know. I do think the boots here is the boots freezing point. Arsenal. I can get rid of both the cards in a big tempo. Let's resolve that. The only thing is, gonna have the arcane on this. This costs. I think I probably just have to block 2 arcane. I have 2 left over. Oh, I'll actually have 2 left over from block that. I can go. Pitch. Get the amulet of ice in. This gives me 1 safe turn. So actually, to be fair, not having the I couldn't. Oh, very interesting. The Ice Eternal. Oh, he's opted to pitch. That didn't expect. He doesn't have it. I get to ask the ideal. Ice Eternal. Oh, interesting. Probably dead. Stormstrider's a Oh, that was definitely an interesting mirror. My opponent was fine. I already want to again straight away. See if we can. Or do I need to click from here again, don't Not sure if it's correctly. Can't paste. Seriously? Oh, I'm being trolled now. No, I'm not interested in playing a second wizard. Right. Oh, I'm just opting out. Because the Fab community is the second I start streaming. Trying to give me like gonna be oh he's playing Iceland. And I'm not particularly that fussed by it in general. Sort of thing where if you lose, right? But I can also just opt out of playing certain matchups. Don't need to. Um, additional. Some you just. How do I feel playing into Dash with this? If I had played into Dash with this, I would be. As I said, playing some I haven't played. I have two lobbies open at the what happens? Um, yeah, I'm just messing around with deck lists tonight. So you're not getting like the hottest plays or the spiciest, the spiciest decks that I've been maxed on for ages. We're just having a bit of testing, so it's all right. If things start to get more as it is, I'm kind of just happy of streaming. Things have been very, very busy. I'm actually kind of like happy that I'm probably not going. I haven't qualified. Um, on that, so probably not going to Worlds, and because of that, that means that I've kind of got like I've got like an upward limit on the like time period that I'm going to attending. Right, so sorry, not attending Worlds for, like paying attention to the game for, which will end 17th of September. So let's have a bad Twitter. People eating pizza and people filling their boots with History Pack 1. There's loads of people filling their boots with Pack 1 on this trip, which I don't really blame them. They were hunting those marvels, foreign language history packs, so that's pretty spicy. Did he get everything? Did he get a Majestic? Did he get a Marvel? He didn't. Problem with those boxes is the marbles are very stingy, so like you don't get one, it does bad. Signed pulverize. Like those. See, everyone's getting in on the French history packs, right? I doubt there are any blackboarded French history packs left left in France now. How did my PT or calling go? I played the Pro Tour. I did 6-1 on the first day, so I finished I think 30th on the first day. I was feeling really good with myself. Then I had a bit of a rough draft in the day 2, which kind of threw off my mojo the rest of the day, and I kind of just tanked it from there and lost 4 games. So I went 4-0 in I went 2-1 in the draft on day 1 and 4-0 in DC, and in the second day I went 1-2 in the draft and went 0-4 in CC, which was a bit crazy. Yeah. Oh wow. Is Matt Fawkes making Yuanji do lifts? He is. Fair enough. Matt Fawkes is ripped. I think he has a lot of free time, so he does get ripped. But he's clearly spreading that love out to other people and making them do squats. Squats are great, by the way. I do a lot of squats. They're great for high body, but it was a combination of bad matchups and mistakes. In the draft, it was very much a case of like just variance, like losing a dice roll or getting shafted by my deck, right? You know. And then in the actual CC, it was like I had 2 games against Briar, which my Fi deck is right against, but not like amazing against, and they kind of just got what they needed, and I didn't get anything. And then I had 1 game against Oldhim, which I'm kind of like favored against slightly, but you know, like yeah, it's still he gets all of his crush the weeks and all of his like control cards, like this round's on me and stuff like that. He will slow you down enough to beat you down. So like that was a bit painful. And then I came up against an Icelander, and that's when I was kind of like, you know, I'd gone from being 6-1 at that point to being 7-5, and I was really just pretty much out of it. And I knew in the back of my head, if I keep winning, if I win 2 more, maybe I get $500, maybe I pay off my entire trip. But I just didn't have it in me at that point after the bad luck when I was on to pour it back and focus and try and get those 2 wins. I had pretty much checked out already. So then I started making mistakes. Wild is a word for it. Word I would use. See if we can just restart this game because I had to. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't want to go into it in more detail because it's like a potential salt mine. But ultimately, like 1 Briar game, he saw his 3 Sonatas in the first 3 turns, along with 3 snatches. Obviously, playing Fi, what do I not want to do? I don't want to have to block too. So like, you know, what am I supposed to do there, right? You know, I have to block the snatch. You know, things just kind of go downhill. I've won and lost 5 mirrors depending on the dice roll, but I've also won and lost them. Like it's not just the dice roll. There's like 2 variance points. It's the dice roll and it's the score on your 1. If you win the dice roll and you have a shit turn 1, then vice versa. You know, dice roll and have a shit. There's no dark mode. Pretty. Okay, awesome. So what did I just see here that I think is quite interesting? Still waiting for a game to pop. Let's just open up the main game. Classic. It's because I'm in. Website crashing. Is it being used? Popular? Ooh. Has Flesh and Blood Online come? Or is it just down for me? Okay, so it might just be down for me. That might be just I have multiple. See how it happens. Okay. Open up. Okay, no, I can't seem to access the main menu. Okay, so it's likely just down, and that's why we weren't getting a matchup. That's all right. It's a brand new service. There's probably going to be some teething errors. I don't think NSS are going to be targeting and pulling it down anytime soon, but it has been an hour, and if the service isn't up, then oh, really. I'll probably just call it there. Reasonably good success. I mean, hopefully we'll get more than 4 people coming to watch on a basis. I'll take all of you right now. Very appreciative of the company. So yeah, I'm looking to do this. I'm still trying to figure out whether Tuesday or Thursday is the right day for me, but I'm looking to do a 2-hour stream on at least one of those days. I mean, look, new websites have non-stop like network issues. Like, don't read too much into it. Like one of the hardest parts of coding, and I know this because I know the guys who run in Techie and online platforms for the LCGs. Like one of the hardest parts is the back end, and when lots of people start using the platform, that is when it starts to crash, and sometimes the server just needs a reboot or a kick, and then it comes right back up again. And of course, everyone is baying for blood while it's down, so we aren't going to join the people who are baying for blood down. We're just chill out until back up again. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I do have other card games on my computer, which is kind of interesting. We could play a bit of the old MTG Arena, but I don't know that people. But it's what I might do right now, so I might just leave because I have been thinking about drafting, and I'm always thinking about drafting anyway. I mean, like, I basically I pop in every now and draft on Arena anyway. It's pretty much the only format I do. I just read the draft guide and just play. I know it's not Flesh and Blood, but fuck it. If Fab Online's down, we'll do what's happening. Now you guys will be like, Magic the Gathering. Piety Street. Piety Street. I was playing Path of Exile before I started playing Fab. Playing when I was like 10. Quick draft. This is kind of funny one because like Baldur's Gate was a 6-person was a 4-person. It was Commander draft set, and then very slowly. I mean, if more than one thing is down, then we're gonna say. Like, don't be worried that like more people learning about it will increase how stable it is. All we really need is for those guys to like set up a Patreon and basically get themselves some decent funding to pay for server bandwidth. If they've coded it right, then it will be like scalable. If they haven't coded it right, then might need to get some help from someone. But the thing is, the fab community is big enough that like however much we want this service to work, it will. And if we're willing to fund it, then it will. So like LSS have kind of already said that they're happy to like as I understand it, behind the scenes, LSS have already said that they are happy to basically get this service to exist, right? In whatever shape or form it takes. So really what we're looking for them to do is just to, you know, but they're not happy for them to like generate money themselves. Like you have to basically you have to generate money indirectly, so you have to have a Patreon rather than gating access. And then once you have a Patreon, you're kind of safe to use that money to run the service. So from what I understand it, the Fab Online guys are fine as long as they set a Patreon. Take this charm sleep. Be a good card. I'm not a sellout, I'm just bored. You know, one platform isn't up, I'm just yeah, but okay, Aaron, I get what you're saying, but also like happening. I'm not just gonna sit here refreshing the page for the next hours. I figured I'd do a bit of drafting. Fab content will resume once the Fab website is up, and until then, you can help me draft. Oh, Moon Dancer! I definitely want that. As I understand it, the archetypes in this set are just like, yeah, well, I could launch TTS, and then I could find a game, and then I could have to disconnect from the stream to talk to someone to play the game, or I could just do a bit of drafting. Anyway, I think a second charm sleep. The thumbnail. What is the thumbnail? I don't know what the. I didn't actually set one up. I figured I'd just like random something. So if they've given me something really scuffed, then. Oh no, no, it's not the thumbnail. YouTube just does like a live preview of like whatever's currently on the time delay. Don't. Yeah, it's not the thumbnails. I don't have to be worried about that. When you get your next creature scale, actually gets. Ooh, let's take a dragon. Like blue red is dragons, so we could always just end up with a dragon deck. That would be pretty fun. Blue red green is dragons. Like Ray of Frost. No, we're not taking. Prophetic Prism is right. Various Imp. Bad. Oh, Dawnbringer Cleric. That's a second if gain card. This bit of ramp actually is not a bad idea, right? Yeah, well, I wanted to play Fab. I played Fab for the past hour. I played through an Icelander mirror for you guys. So, you know, what are you gonna do? Yeah, I'm kind of drafting all over the shop, but like I will settle down in a second. Probably into white. Yeah, I'm definitely think I'm going white green. Maybe white blue. I do not usually draft this many colors. Send from Avernus. Turn all creatures. I mean, that's interesting. I'm never going to play it. However, Bestial. Um, Portable hole is pretty useful. Ooh, okay, so I am going white blue. Let's just do that then. They're pretty. Um, yeah, that's all right. Got decent stats. Lifelink. Buying double team. Um, Another unicorn. Like them unicorn. This is actually a pretty decent. I just need some like blink. This one's pretty. A lot of Dawnbreaker clerics. Um, Counter spell that also gives -2. Ooh, hello. Exile all non-token creatures you control and then return it. Either they come back at the beginning of, or they blink twice. Yes, we'll blink them. Another one of these. Um, like we have got a fairly wide deck, so this might actually be because I'm just going to pay 5 for that. I can sacrifice everything. So there's a theory in like MTG Quick Draft, which is that if you rare draft every single draft, you get to the point at which you get wild cards for drafting much faster, which then gives you the ability to um like basically basically generate faster drafting. I am checking on Fab Online. I would rather not have to play a game with this deck of just right away. I'd like to go back up, back up. So let me finish drafting. And let's just go back to playing. It's just fun, right? There have been 4 of these going around. Jesus, I could have had a really good deck if I had gone. Right. Okay, 6. Okay, cool. 5 of them. Yeah, I really should. Okay. Well, we can end up. We'll build a deck in a minute, like our favorite platform. Try and get game. Like a bit of Briar. But that'll tee up, get a game. State retreat is a bit of a lot of. But ultimately, what we have is a creature deck. Again, I have a lot of these. I feel like this is a bad card too, but it has flying. So... Oh, I have a game. This driver. Supposed to make a noise when I get a new opponent. Happened there, but probably. Okay, I am mirror. Um, no, I'm not running AB. Um, that looks alright-ish. Yeah, let's just go. That post something. Having to head home, get there for 2 days. Guys, I am not one of those people. Makes me. Interesting. I like this hand, but I kind of don't want. I think we. I want to get this in. I think we try and push. They kind of really have to block quite a few cards, and then. And he doesn't have AB, so I should be able to start. Did my action. If he had AB, I probably would not be doing this. The other thing, I would just be. He has no AB, so it's a chance to get. I get 5 damage. The main reason is, well, there's 2 reasons. The first reason is that, like, this is a really good hand if it's turn 1. It isn't a really good hand for blocking on his turn 1. So, like, in my head, get rid of this hand. Get the Mount Heroic in Arsenal, draw an Earth card, and the best way to guarantee we draw an Earth card is to play every card in my hand that isn't Channel Mount Heroic. Now, he's seen the Channel Mount Heroic, so he might come in with a CNC or something, but I have all my armor up, so I can block that fairly easily. So really, in my mind, we're basically setting up a situation here where I'm guaranteeing Channel Mount Heroic next turn, which means I can afford to take damage. Now, obviously, having Force would be better, but he's striking with back action. He's right into Coax. Yeah, exactly. So I could have played that turn differently. I could have pitched the Belittle to Rosetta, but that would have just been threatening to damage. Like, it wouldn't have done the arcade. It wouldn't have got me the embodiment. And having the embodiment at least gave me the option to block as well if I didn't put Earth card. So there's lots of little bits going on here that I think made that the best choice. Guess we'll see. I should be able to push like quite a bit of damage this turn. So let's go Sonata and see what we get. Get a snap. That's very interesting because I have Spellbound Creepers, but I don't have a blue. So the Snatch is probably not going to be great. But I can do Channel Mount Heroic. Pitch this. I guess Ether Iron we would have got me the resources I need to do this play, but that's all right. Then we're going to do Ether Crackle. Come in for 6. We're going to do Ether Gloomveil. The real question is whether I want to crack make a 7 or like just add Rosetta on the end of it. I don't think I need to be that aggressive right now. I'm about to put up a massive turn that he's able to block. Yeah, so he's blocking for 3. Still. For 7. I mean, if he just takes it, then I end up, what, 10 life ahead? I'll take it. Right, Ether Ironweave is there to break Rosetta. Like, it's there to add Rosetta in. More just like, it doesn't feel like I need it. Like, feels like a better late game play when it can fall from hand or something like that. You see, now I have Force of Nature. Now I have a Force of Nature, things get a little spicy. I go Force of Nature fused into Minnowism Snatch. Yeah, how much? Played a Weave Earth. Thanks, I'll take 6 damage. Chain Link. But no matter how much damage he does to me, it's not forcing me to happen. Cool. So let's go Force of Nature. Wisdom. Match. Oh no, it doesn't buff Snatch. Bad. If it lets the Snatch hit, which All right. I mean, this was still the best play. The Arsenal. Actually, no. I think the situational play here, we should have Arsenal the picture. Blocked something last turn, come in with the snatch by itself. 7. Had like. No, there's no way to creeper in the pump because they both say like next attack. The only way really we could have snuck in the pump is if like he hadn't seen the force of nature. So I could have like, but then it wouldn't have go again, so the threat wouldn't. Well, I guess no, I get go again for the force of nature. So yeah, I could have done something where I like played the snatch and then I creeped in the force of nature, and then like, but I wouldn't have been able to use it. But that wouldn't have really mattered. Then he probably. Thing is, I think he always blocks the snatch. I think just because there's a force of nature, it doesn't stop him blocking. The real question here, I'm not going to Arsenal Surge. I think. Okay. Grasp. Kept a surprising amount, and I'm playing next. Get some reps, talk about them, see. Pretty good. I've seen. I got plenty of armor. Got 3 armor from Crown of Providence. That's going to be a much bigger than. This has to go in Arsenal. This turn could just be playing a snatch. We could like block. It'll electrify into a lightning. He's already blocked with a channel. He might have one. Channel doesn't. He doesn't have the pitch for it. Use the electrify with his tunic, so he can't flash in a channel. So it's just whether or not he'll set kind of work. It has no on hit. Well, it has this on hit effect, so it's actually effectively hitting for. Kind of tells me I think my turn is going to be coming in match. After the thing. And he doesn't know if Reaper's. So why don't we block this? And I might. Okay, a minute. Yeah, so he'll just wood hard. Big, just block 2 here because this. It's always more delightful when you attack with a card that is really underpowered and they have to block it. It's not like more efficient or anything. Always more fun. Especially because he doesn't have an embodiment token, so I'm now either getting armor and non-attack action, or I'm getting, you know, an attack action, either of which I'm. This is his turn to like actually really capitalize games. And on like my misplays, we'll say, because I did have a solid lead, so I kind of didn't really capitalize on it by setting up properly. Like that second chapter, amazing, but that's partly because I didn't do attack actions. But you know, he's going to be forced to block the show snap. Yeah, so I get an attack action. That's fine with me. Got Promise of Arsenal. Good. Because the thing is, even if I have to full block out next turn, I can still come in with 0 for 3, draw a card. Which I have no problems with. Interesting. Playing an Electrify. Electrify is a really interesting addition to the deck. Like it draws you a card. It's Garth's Guard when you're already 2 life behind just feels so much like cheating in this. Like seriously, if it hits, I'll take another 3 damage. Jesus Christ. I want to block this. Not with the turn I have in my hand. Are we going like next turn? We're going like Natch, instant Channel Mount Heroic into draw a card into Rosetta. Is that what we're doing, or are we doing Tome of the Arknight? No, I think that has to be the play. I think we go Snatch. So if he doesn't do 17 damage to me this turn, I'm actually fine with him. So let's just see. I have a feeling he's just gonna come at me with the Thorn and then Arsenal. He's got a Gloomveil. Just save some life here. Hate saving life. If he reads this, it will be hilarious. He'll block for 7. But like, if he does that, I still play the Channel Mount Heroic. I still get the Promise of Plenty, so it's fine. Just like a better pummel. It's actually sick. Genuinely sick. Snatch. Oh, he's going to get an Arsenal. Fine, yeah. Worth it for my turn. Because I think my turn will present lethal, and then I can do what I want. There we go. You really have nothing else to do, Everett, but I appreciate it. Constant. You get a badge for like top chatter. Cool, we're coming in with a Snatch. I mean, the thing is, this is so obviously telegraphed that something else is going on. But I wouldn't mind if he blocked this for 7. Like it's just one of those plays where it's like if you know I have a pummel in hand, you literally just like can't do anything anyway. You have to block. Why Guardian is so much fun. It's like, oh, I've got 2 resources floating. But if I don't have a pummel, we're a lot more on live stream. You guys may not. I get a lot more worked up. You see, he's blocking for 7, so I actually have options here. I could gamble and just play a Tome of the Arknight, and then, like, if I hit 2, I basically have an amazing turn if one of them is because then I can play the channel anyway and attack and maybe have another card, or I just attack then with Zeta and the Promise of Plenty and still threaten plenty of damage. I actually quite like that play because it potentially wins me the game. So let's pitch this. Trigger. Home of the Arknight is like, I talked to Yuanji about it after Krakow when he won with Viserai, and he was like, if you do it right, win the game like 50% of the time, and in Blitz, 50% of the time winning the game means it's a good enough card, right? Yeah, I mean, sometimes you miss, right? That's fine. Even if I miss, I still have 1 resource I can promise a plenty with. Channel Mount Heroic goes into the arsenal. Fine, it's fine. Because he'll have to block Promise of Plenty. Because he won't want me drawing a free card. I got a Purgursioning and an Overload. Rip me, I guess. Pass on the reactions. Come in with a Promise of Plenty from Arsenal. Definitely get. Yeah, so sad. So nice to win. but I threw it over the outright. But I do still think this is the right play because otherwise we're going 6 and 4, still not lethal. Whereas if we do this, we actually threaten 3 and 4, which is only 3 less. And that is not the card we wanted to see in our arsenal. Oh, that's sad. Okay, we're going to have to use the finally thing. Going to have to get that. Oh, wait. No. See that? That was so sad. The Gershoning in arsenal coming in for 5. Doesn't even have to block it. It's one of those things where, like, you know, I feel like my opponent hasn't contributed that much to my current situation. I feel like a lot of it is just my deck being like, no. You don't get Earth cards this. What are we talking about? What are we doing? I forgot to block there, so I'm just gonna say G. I do actually. Yeah, let's just see here, because I would definitely have blocked for 3. Not save me from better. I mean, maybe it would have. I don't know. Yeah. There, which I have to block for good people. Good. Oh, no, I don't. Wait. Just. But I think we've lost this anyway. I think there's just. That's okay. Interesting. Is I mean, I think I definitely play out the channel. I don't think there's any efficiency to playing the channel. I can't threaten 7 any. You're gonna die. Hard hand. But let's definitely play the channel. Chuck out the over. Maybe I can put him to 1. Maybe I can get lucky and block. Because that is a line. Like if I can get a if he doesn't block here and goes to 1, then and I can somehow block out, then I can make a rune chant and kill him. But ultimately, I have to just try and get the. Sorry, my MTG. Make sure it was. He's passing. Oh, he's taking 6. Beautiful. I have no more resources. I can't Rosetta. I am really happy that he's on 1. Now, damn it. Do this. Winner of this game will be decided by and Rosetta, basically. Yeah, that be GG. Block with the. Yeah, my hand is really bad as well. Right. Yeah, and he has the lightning press, so it doesn't. I think the point that I lost this game is potentially that Force of Nature turn. I do agree it was kind of bad. I don't really see how we could have. Anyway, we are going to end the stream there. So thanks everyone, especially you, Everett. I hope I've kept you reasonably entertained for the past 2 hours. You've been here with me. As I say, I'll be trying to do this again next Tuesday. We'll see if Tuesday works. If not, we'll Monday, Thursday. But now that we have Fab online, I really want to get back to stream card game. As things currently stand, Fab League of Legends server. Hey guys, play 5v5 Captain's Draft of League of Legends. I am only bronze, by the way, so maybe there's an argument I should be higher if I didn't constantly get bad matchups. But we do 5v5s all the time, and it's actually kind of fun. You haven't actually lived until you've been supported as an ADC by calling by Pro Tour champion Matt Falk. He is actually a sick support. Believe it or not, he's really good at playing. He also plays a really disgusting new jungle. So there you go. Anyway, good night. Thanks everyone for watching.